We all know that, yesterday the defense minister came out with a statement and it's all over the media, right? But I don't want to see that statement in isolation. I want to see that statement as part of the larger picture. That's the way I always done that. Right. So we'll do that. We'll do that. So let's get going into the whole thing. 3 days back, I said India is on the move. India is changing. And I quoted John Spencer and I analyzed this article. And I said India is transforming under fire. Sorry, I didn't say that. John Spencer in his article has written India is transforming under fire. India is not becoming reckless, it is becoming coherent. It is aligning doctrine, public expectations, defense industrial capacity, and geopolitical messaging around a single principle. Security must be achieved by India, not granted through outside mediation or constrained by outdated assumptions. India has written a new playbook. The world needs to catch up. Most importantly, Pakistan needs to understand this. I see this message by our defense minister in this context. We are transforming. Gone are the days when we're just going to use force against Pakistan. I think there is a new playbook which is coming in. And that new playbook is beyond what John Spencer also wrote. John Spencer wrote only about the military aspect of it, and there is a geopolitical aspect, India's geopolitical outlook. Let me tell you, just think, if tomorrow Pakistan is broken, the complete geopolitical story of the subcontinent will change. If the subcontinent changes, the world changes. Am I building castles in air? I don't think so. This is pressure. And I'll talk why. And there's an inevitability of it which is happening. And that's the new playbook I'm going to talk of today. The twin arrows of POK and Sindh, which have been fired into Pakistan. Right. This is what our defense minister said. So first, let's listen to him.
आज सिंध की भूमि मेरे बहनों भाइयों यह भारत का हिस्सा भले ही न हो, लेकिन सभ्यतागत रूप से सिंध हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा रहेगा। और जहां तक जमीन की बात है तो बॉर्डर तो बदल सकते हैं, जमीन भारत का ही रहेगा। That's very important.
क्या पता कल को सिंध भारत में फिर से वापस आए।
क्या पता कल सिंध भारत में वापस आ जाए। A very, 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 very powerful statement. Is it intent or is he playing to the galleries? But there is a reaction. Okay, there's a long reaction by Pakistan. Pakistan strongly condemns the Indian Defense Minister delusional and dangerously revisionist remarks regarding Pakistan's Sindh province. Such statements reveal an expansionist Hindutva mindset. Fine, great. If Pakistan can have an Islamist mindset, I don't mind having a Hindutva mindset. But more importantly, I would like to have a Bharatiya mindset, the Indian mindset. Getting back to our Indian subcontinent. No more South Asia. Indian subcontinent. That's the mindset I'm looking at it. And look at two responses. This is by Shafi Burfat. Who's Shafi Burfat? He's part, of the national movement of Sindhu Desh. Jo Sindhu, ye jo bhi hai. And he talks of the depths of our hearts, and from the Sindhi nation. And he's welcomed this statement. So there is an issue within Pakistan, which we always knew Sindh was in a problem. Is it time to shoot this arrow, dig this arrow deeper? I think so. Are we doing it? The statement suggests so. Look, this is what I've always said. The blast can be at Delhi. You don't have to give it a violent edge. Put a dagger. Put a dagger in Pakistan's heart. Or if not next to its heart, cut off the artery. And very interestingly, there's a reaction from Afghanistan. And not these two chaps are great. They're not great leaders, but they've given a sentiment. What does he say? Rajnath Singh, Indian Defence Minister, says that country's borders are not fixed and that Sindh, which separated from India in 1947, was given to Pakistan, may again become part of India. This is coming from Afghanistan. The next line is important, but up to the Attock Bridge also belongs to Afghanistan. We want our land. We want our own land. So the response from that side, and that response is lethal. That's the lethal response which we need to look at. And we'll discuss. But I won't like to discuss this in isolation. 1 month back, this is what he spoke of, what Defense Minister spoke of. Be okay. I kept this clip with me for all this while. So let's hear that. Very interesting. He says, POK apne aap aayega, chinta kyun karte ho? Right? That's what his opening statement. Someone has asked him a question, he said this. And let's see what further.
पीओके में डिमांड होने लगी. आपने सुना होगा एक दो बार कुछ लोगों ने नारेबाजी की थी. 5 साल पहले एक बार इंडियन आर्मी को काश्मीर वैली में संबोधित करना, उस समय ही मैंने कहा पीओके को आक्रमण करके हटने की जरूरत नहीं. हमारा पड़ोसी है ही, हमारा है ही. और पीओके के लोग स्वयं ये कहेंगे
पीएको को आक्रमण करके हड़पने का प्लान नहीं है. पीओ के लोग स्वयं कहेंगे. क्या कहेंगे? मैं भी भारत हूं.
और वो दिन आने.
And he says वो दिन आने वाला है. This statement on POK, statement on Sindh, put these two together. What do you see? The new playbook. This is the new playbook which Pakistan has to watch out for. And this new playbook can kill Pakistan. I have no doubt about it. If we play this playbook in its entirety, I'm sure all channels will be today talking of Sindh and, all this. No, that's not the way I did think. I think more. I think beyond this. And I think we have to go both ways. And this is the way I think. Yep. I think we have to hit both. Why? It's not twin arrows into POK and Sindh alone. You look at the Afghan sentiment. There are twin arrows coming from there also. And this twin arrow has the capability of putting Pakistan in a nutcracker. Understand this. This is the important point. How are we going to take it forward is the issue. And so will this. It will leave Punjab isolated. Punjab. I have no problem. Break 5. if Pakistan splits into 5, 6, 7, 10 provinces, we'll deal with it. I always say the problem won't run away. The problem will morph. That's okay. We'll still deal with it. If you can deal with this huge Pakistan, which is in a tremendous mess, you will deal with 10 Pakistans, which are also in a tremendous mess. So what? Right? We need to do this. I do hope the government takes this forward. On the Afghanistan side, the situation is very clear. I showed you an article a few days back where a Pakistani has written the idol breakers have become idol worshippers about Afghanistan. You see the contacts which are taking place between Afghanistan and India after Mutaki's trip. The commerce minister is here. I showed this clip 3 days back where he says, look, everyone kept our money and everything, but it was India who gave us food. No one else gave us food. Today, flights between Kabul and Amritsar have restarted. They are welcoming it. They go from the top. So I suppose they'll go from here. Or Afghan Airlines will come over to India and code share. You know, how you can get over all this? It's happening. Things are changing. Right? So, if this is taken to its logical conclusion, right, things will be very difficult for Pakistan. Very difficult. These 4 arrows which I put might look like arrows only, but those arrows have deep meaning. It's only up to us as to how we're going to play this. But I'll take it a little further. I'll take it here. Again, I'll go back to what John Spencer said in that article, and I spoke of it. He said a final dimension is often overlooked. China is the silent second audience for India's choices. Signals meant for Pakistan carry an implied message for Beijing. That's the important part. This message, this twin message from our defense minister to Pakistan carry a deep meaning to China. Right? And, you know, I won't get into the military part of it, I'll get to the end. India's new deterrence logic is built for a two-front environment in which actions in one direction have consequences in the other. People are writing about it in a military point of view. I've always said, between nations, the politics is more important than the military or war capabilities or war fighting. So the political is more important than the military. And these two political barbs are not simple, right? They're not simple at all by any stretch of imagination. This is it. Just think of the situation if these two materialize, and these two materialize and these two also materialize. What will happen here? Where should I focus? Where should India focus? Geostrategically, India should focus here. Gilgit-Baltistan, Wakhan corridor, in this area. There's another shift which has happened, which we must talk of. 3 years back, when US withdrew from Afghanistan, or rather ran away from Afghanistan, the thinking was that China will step in. They'll come with all their they'll take minerals, all that. That's gone. Has it happened? The Belt of Road initiative was to go into Afghanistan. Has that happened? No. Very recently, One of the Afghans said, you know, Great Britain came into Afghanistan and went away. It is no more great after that. Right? The Soviet Republic came into USSR, came into Afghanistan, and after that, it is no more Soviet Russia. It is now Russia, broken. America came into Afghanistan. America doesn't seem so united anymore. It's not so. The United States of America don't seem to be so united. There's something happening. Pakistan is going in. What will happen to Pakistan? And China is attempting. China knows history. It's not attempting beyond a point. Probably the Chinese have a better sense of history. They're not entering Afghanistan. Take this against what Afghan have indicated to us. They said, please come and explore here. They said, please set your flights. We are open. I have never seen such an outreach, a blatant outreach by Afghanistan to India. So I think we're looking at a very interesting dimension as we go along. The acid test for India will be, right, this, whether we will be able to put this into operation, right, and whether this message goes across to China. Let me tell you, if what our defense minister has said about the Sindh today and POK some time back, and things are put in place, like I said, the whole thing will change, right? I'll just stick to this for in the morning, right? Evening, Mr. Sri Iyer and General Harimohan will talk on the gunner site in detail. I'll not be joining in because, like I said, I have to go elsewhere. So join in on the gunner site in the evening. It will come live to you here also, right? And you'll get the second angle of what General Harimohan and Sri Iyer Ji will talk today evening, right? And we'll see how it goes forward. This is not the end of the story, the way I look at it.